Welcome to Meshmen Studio and the Mari channel. So today's episode is dedicated to our one and only Agent Cooper from Twin Peaks. So yeah, we both like coffee, me and Agent Cooper. And we're gonna take a look at node base as usual in Mari, and also we're gonna take a look at the some decal setup. So that's on my plan today. It's gonna be in maybe 45 minutes or so, half an hour. So yeah, just gonna see here if the chat is working. So until the intro is finished, so if you see this on the rerun, just leave your comments if you wanna see something for the next episode, and also if you wanna stay up to date with my live streams or tutorials, consider subscribing to my channel, and you get notified. And also the bell notification is really important, because then you get a notification. I think the chat is working. My moderator Tamara is writing something, so yeah. Let's see. Is the sound working? You never know with live streams. Good, we have clearance from the booth, so to speak. So yeah, let's dive into Mari soon then. It's gonna take my stream deck over here. So I can switch. Yeah, so decals in Mari, and I'm gonna set it up using the node graph. And I think, yeah, let's dive into it. So here we are. I have imported a few decals, and let's take a look at where we left off. I'm gonna hide some stuff here. Yeah, okay, so this is where I left off on Sunday. And so I'm gonna just add some a decal layer into this mix. So it's gonna be up here. There somewhere. So I'm gonna extend this a bit. And I'm gonna insert decals over here. Let's see, I have my shader here over here. It's very annoying. Let's see. Okay. Just gonna scoot this over here. There we go. So my idea is to make another material with just decals. It's gonna live just underneath the actual dirt that's gonna be covering some areas. So, and it's also gonna take my scratches. So if I have a decal over here, it's gonna scratch away. So let's set it up. let's make a paint node. I want a transparent. So yeah, let's name this. And let's see here. Oops. Let's see. So I'm using the new extension pack, and the new extension pack has a smart rename. So that's gonna take advantage. So I name it Decal within, what's it called, brackets or paint. So now if I add something on behind here, for example a saturation like this, if I now take this node here, select it, go right click and go to MISC smart rename, it's gonna pick up the name before the brackets there and propagate it into the node there. So this is really good because it's gonna make the naming a lot easier to maintain. So okay, and so let's rename this as well. So this is gonna be my material, similar to up there, I guess. Let's say I have my gonna just duplicate a few of those. So I can save this actually for the moment. Just make a backdrop here. So I'm gonna use this as I did before with those materials and have it so if I paint something here, it's gonna propagate up to my combine area up here with radio nodes. So let's take a look at that. So let's see, I had what was it called? The edge, albedo, face and edge, okay. It's gonna quickly rename this and hook up radio nodes to this. And this one is actually roughness. So how's the stream? Is it working good in the chat? Can you? It's not lagging or anything? Okay, so I want a few radio nodes now. So I guess now it contains nothing, it's gonna be here. So we can take this radio node here. Oops, I have extra one there. Okay, it's gonna scoot it over. Here we go. Let's go up here. So we're gonna place it up here. There. Okay, so this one goes to there. This one to there. Okay, so we have good sound, that's good, and the stream is okay, I think. Okay, so there we go. Now we have the basics. So I'm just gonna start by applying some decals now, and then I'm gonna propagate the actual values into this later on, like the roughness and the specular. So I'm just gonna start here and paint it down here. I'm just gonna name this something here. Let's take a backdrop again as a naming. Let's give it some fancy color so it stands out. So this is gonna be my decal. And let's see, my paint buffer, reset it. So there we go. So let's take the Swedish 3 crowns weapon here and place it there, for example. And now we want those scratches to eat through there, so we have to set the scratch mask up for this as well. And we can do that by just designing the metal mask. So let's go into this one. And this is the metal mask. You can make a radio node out of this. Let's see. Can place it over here. Just gonna scoot this over as well. Take this one. And hide the radio node there. Oops, something happened there. So now I'm basically sharing this metal mask into my different locations here. So there we see, now I need to invert this mask. So we can do it down here. Let's see, I have to do something else as well. Just gonna see here what we have. So that one is working. So essentially, I'm not gonna invert it, and let's disable it so it's inside there. And this one goes over. So I just wanna eat away. I just wanna eat away the actual. Let's see. Let's do the math here. Yeah. So I need a region. This one. If I merge this first, just gonna see here. What transparency we get. Oops. There we go. Okay. Let's plus take this one. So now I disconnected something here, I'm not sure what. Okay. There we go. Let's disconnect this temporarily here, see what's going on. That's working over there. Now we need to hook up. So I did something here. Base metal. Interesting. What's going on here? This one should body mask. This one has lost his connection. Oh, it's connected to there, so it's an infinite loop. That's strange. Okay, let's reconnect the mask. There we go. Okay, that's working. That's working. Alloy. So I think I disconnected my metal mask. Yeah, I did. Interesting. Okay, I have to reconnect this. Can do it like this. Let's check this one. Gun holder. Doesn't have a connection yet. This one, now it's working. Let's take the standard. Yeah, so I did something there, but now it's hooked up. So sometimes you have to go back and check your connections. If you do something like that, can be a little frustrating, but you can solve it by just checking where all the connections are going. So now it's working. So now we can start to add more decals to this. So let's take one on the other side here. And let's take the light. Just wanna swing it around. We got it there. And let's go down here. So we can stamp it. So you can either just do it, paint it like this, or you can take the stamp. It's gonna stamp it down. So now we see it respects my my mask. Let's see where we should place it. Maybe here. And take something else. So L. Just gonna hide these. Okay, so we have a question here. So I'm just gonna jump over to Q&A mode. And I just have to unlock this. Let's go to down. Okay, so Manny Rosenberg, hello. A question about speed wobbles. That's a funny question, but it's not really appropriate here, so I'm not gonna answer this one. So yeah, don't type stuff like that. So let's add some other decals here. This one, and they have radioactive ammunition, this droid, so some text maybe here. Let's take these. So this is just text I've typed in Photoshop. Let's make a stencil out of this and take some kind of color here. Let's see. Where should I put it? Maybe here. So this is some kind of autonomous droid thingy that go around and make your life miserable if you're on the wrong side. And you're not on the wrong side, right? So metal scratches always look like shitty white color, and meshments look so nice and shiny. So sad. Why do they look shitty? I think you're not using the correct albedo for your metal. So you have to have. If you look at my albedo, metal has like 0 albedo. Because it's just reflections, so you shouldn't have any diffuse contribution if it's pure metal. That's if we take a look here. if you take a look at my base metal material coming in here, this is the color for my metal, so it's just pure reflections. So yeah. So if you have something other than black, it's gonna look washed out, the metal. Does that make sense? Let's see, what should we have here? I have to make some more decals for the next time. I'm just gonna make a base for this. Let's see. What do we have here? Some kind of whoa. Meshmen ink, and oops, I have to select my decal layer as well. Let's see, what else? Maybe something here. Just gonna kill those. Some other text maybe, or yeah, this one, danger, radioactive. Of course, it's depleted uranium or something inside of this one. Everyone knows that. Same on this side, so there is no question of what's going on here. Yeah, so that's kind of how you can just add stuff to this, and also what I usually do is, now when I have these set up here, if I want to, for example, make a roughness out of these decals, what I do is, if I go back to the node graph here, for example, and take a look, I use this, and then I scoot it over here somewhere. Just gonna make some headroom here. So I take the decal here, the actual paint layer, make a luminosity. So we got a question here. Have you used Mori for environment? Yes, I have used it a lot for environments, buildings, rocks, whatever, cliffs, and anything. So yeah, that's something we do on a regular basis in the VFX industry, set extensions and such. Okay, so back to this. I was going to make like a automatic roughness out of this. So if I wanna so this is my roughness, and first off I can just desaturate this by doing a luminosity, and then let's say I level it down. So I just make a total black, and then we can make another level. For example, this you can do it in many ways, and then you can take the, let's see here, black, this one. So now you can set it to any value you want here with this slider. So for now, feed it into here. If you want to raise the roughness value, you have this slider from 0 to 1. So let's say that you want to make something that's kind of that roughness value. Go back up here, take a look. So let's see, so I've connected it to the right one. Was it roughness? Yeah, it's roughness. So this one should be roughness. And let's merge it. Do like that. So there we go. So let's see why. Oh, it has to be in the over. I want transparency there. So let's take a look now. If I go back here into, if I hide this, and go back to my standard shader here. So now let's take a look here. Take something that's kind of a Grayson angle, and I can now start to play with the feel. So this one is gonna be like kind of reflective. If I scoot it over, it's gonna be much rougher. So I guess it's gonna be something that's kind of reflective, like a plastic sign there. You see, we get a different specular breakup now on the text. So that's something I'm gonna do also on the, if I go back, hook my facing there. So whenever I paint something in this node, it's automatically gonna trigger everything painted in that to be automatically updated. So yeah, so let's see if I now add something over here, for example. Yes, I'm gonna check some in the right node. Go back here and add the text here now. So it's gonna be the same as before. But let's make it with a yellow text there. Yeah, so that's how I can set up like a decal layer and have it to be any roughness value I want on the fly like this. And let's make it set up the reflection as well, so we can make it more or less reflective. It's the same deal here. So let's just copy these and paste them. So let's see, which one did I map? I think it's the face reflection. Let's gonna see which one is mapped here. Reflectance. Yeah, face. So let's hook it up quickly. So this is the face. There. There we go. So now we have a kind of a that's like a super reflective. So that's not plausible, but we can just drop this to get it like more like a plastic decal. Does that make sense? And now we see here that it has some issues, so I have to rebuild. Let's go back to the graph here. I have to do the same like up here. Let's merge this. Over. And there you go. Now it's working correctly there as well. So yeah, that's a way to add decals on top. So yeah, I think that's it for today, because on Wednesday or Thursdays, depending on when my workload at my work, I'm not gonna be as long as on Sundays. So yeah, so if you have any questions before I hang up the session, you can ask them now. Otherwise, it's gonna be on Sunday again. Then I'm gonna continue with this one. I'm gonna probably work on the general all over. I think maybe I should concentrate on these next time, make some kind of decent rubber material, and then it's gonna be, when I have the rubber material together, I'm gonna take a general pass all over this asset again, and last of it I'm gonna work on the integration of the dirt. It's gonna come last. So yeah, that's my plan for this asset. So next time I'm gonna render this in Renderman as well, just to see where I left off here. So yeah, so we have, yeah, environment tutorials. That's definitely something I have on my plan after I've completed this kind of asset. I'm gonna go into maybe creating an environment. I'm thinking actually photo scanning something, recreating some kind of building or something like that. That would be cool. So first go to a place, photo scan it, and then maybe build a part of it and start to texture it. That's something I would like to do as well, if that makes sense. But yeah, if you see this on the rerun, leave your comments in the field below, down here. And yeah, remember to subscribe, and see you in the next live stream, and that's on Sunday. Thanks everyone, and thanks Triton and GK and everyone else that see this on the rerun. See you in the next one. Bye bye.